English learning session. I'm so glad to have you here with me today. How are you all doing? I hope you're ready to learn something new and exciting. Today, we're gonna learn about simple present tense. This is one of the most common tenses, and you must master it if you want to be fluent in English. So, let's get started. Simple present tense is used to express facts, habits, and events that occur routinely or repeatedly. It often includes adverbs of time like always, usually, often, rarely, every day, every week, every month, and every year. Let's discuss it in more detail. Simple present tense has two forms, nominal and verbal. Let's start discussing from nominal form first. Nominal sentence do not use a verb but instead used to be is, are, followed by noun, adjective, or adverb. Use for subject I, use is for subject he, she, it, and use are for subject we, you, and they. Okay, and here is the formulas of simple present tense. For positive sentence, subject plus to be, is, are, plus complements. For negative sentence, subject plus to be, is, are, plus not, plus complements. And for interrogative sentence, to be, is, are, plus subject, plus complements. And don't forget to add a question mark. Well, let's make an example. For positive sentence, I am a student. I as a subject, am as a to be, a student is a noun as a complement. For negative, I am not a student. I as a subject, am as a to be, not as a negative expression, a student as a complement. For interrogative sentence, am I a student? Am as a to be, I as a subject, a student as a complement. And don't forget to put a question mark in behind of the sentence. Okay, next let's talk about the verbal form of simple present tense. Verbal sentences use a verb and follow specific rules depending on the subject. For he, she, it, add s or es to the verb. For I, you, we, they, use the base form of the verb or without s or es. And here is the formula of verbal sentence. Verb positive, subject plus verb 1 and add s or es for subject he, she, it plus object. For negative sentence, subject plus do or does plus not plus verb 1 plus object. And for interrogative sentence, do or does plus subject plus verb 1 plus object, and don't forget to add a question mark. Here, I have two examples of positive sentences. I drink milk every morning. She reads a book every day. Did you find anything odd? Why doesn't the verb drink use s or es? One important thing to remember is, if the subject is he, she, or it, we add an s or es to the verb. But for I, you, we, and they, we use the base form of the verb or without s or es. And because the subject drink there is I, the verb doesn't have an additional s or es. This is different from the second example, she reads a book every day. The verb read has an additional S because the subject is she. And the next, for negative sentences, we add do not or does not before the base form of the verb. For example, I do not drink milk every morning. And for the subject she, he, it, the verb returns to its basic form without the S or ES affix because it is represented by does not. For example, she does not read a book every day. Not she does not read a book every day. And the last for interrogative sentence, we use do or does before the subject, followed by the base form of the verb. Do is used for the subject I, you, we, they. Does is used for the subject he, she, it. For example, do you drink milk every morning? Does she read a book every day? And guys, I have some important notes that you need to remember. For the first, if the subject is she, he, it, and the verb ends in ss, ch, sh, x, and o, you must add es to the verb. For example, kiss becomes kisses, watch become watches, wash become washes, fix become fixes, go become goes. And the second, if the verb ends in consonant plus y, change y to I and add es. For example, fly becomes flies, try becomes tries, study becomes studies. Wow! Great job everyone! Today we've learned a lot about simple present tense. Now it's time for you to practice. I'll write a sentence in Indonesian and you try to translate it into English using the simple present tense. Okay? Here we go. Write your answers in the comments and I'll check them. Thank you for watching and see you in the next lesson. Bye bye!